cut the music.
Welcome back to Anthony Lee Raw. What's up, guys? Kicking ass and taking names, guys. Welcome to the channel. For those of you who might be new here, we are giving you an unfiltered, unbiased, well, we might have a little bias, but we skip sensitivity training is the best way I know to describe it. We're just giving you our honest, realistic approach to crypto, guys. I am not going to moonboy you. I am not going to blow smoke up your butt. None of that stuff. I'll tell it to you like it is. If you don't like it, this is not the place for you. But you deserve that, guys. You deserve that. It's your hard-earned money. It is your life savings. It is your investment. You deserve someone who, we may not get it right every time. We get it a lot more right than we get it wrong, but you deserve somebody who has no ulterior motive, and I'm just going to tell it like I see it, you know? I'm not, you know, why fill you with false hopium? Anyway, soapbox over. We're rocking and rolling. Let's see who's here. Jack, what's up, bro? West Coast, my main man, bro. West Coast, I know I say it all the time. Listen, if y'all don't know anything about West Coast, Lucas, this guy is becoming a pro trader. Now we got to work on his entries and his stop losses. But this guy is taking trades when he doesn't want to take trades because he's sticking to the plan, and I respect that, and he's winning money. This guy was up. I'm going to put your business out there, bro. This dude was up like 50% on his account last night on his trade, like that. I mean, just nailing it. Proud of you, bro. Keep it up, man. Johnny number 5 says, "What's up, crew?" I got my little text things working up here again. Look at that. I got these working again. Hawkborn, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanos, my main man. What's up, bro? Thanos snoozing through the trade. I saw that, bro. Salt Chain, good morning. Hawkborn says, "Got to post that workout video you talked about." Yeah. All right, I'm glad you said that. I got the video, man. I got the video. You're welcome, West Coast, Lucas. Aren't you impressed? I remember that. I'm pretty impressed myself. I'm like Palantir, West Coast. I'm like Palantir. Planetar, as CryptoFace calls it. I know more about you than you know about you. I'm just kidding. But I did remember that. Yeah, Hawkborn, I got that video for you. I'm going to show it right now. For those of you who may be new here, we do everything. This is Anthony Lee Raw. It's not Anthony Lee Crypto anymore. We do crypto, we do fitness, we do homesteading. We tell it like it is. We give it to you straight. But yeah. So I went and did shoulders today, but I got that chest workout video for you. Why don't we show that real quick right now? So it's only about, 40 seconds long, so it'll go pretty quick. One of my clips, I do cable crossovers, and I messed up the camera. It's only like half. Anyway, this was my chest workout. If y'all don't know, I was a personal trainer for 20 years, and I owned a few gyms. So we do big workout stuff around here. I'm 6'2", about 225. Let's see. Here it is. Whoa, I don't know how that picture of me with American flag and a sledgehammer got on there. Here we go, Hawkborn. This is the incline dumbbell press with 90s. And I got it a little sped up. The video's a little sped up. I'm not really going this fast with the reps, but incline dumbbell press with 90s. I did 4 sets there, then I moved to the cable crossovers. This guy in the blue, he came up. I got the Anthony Lee Crypto shirt on. He came up and started talking to me about crypto. All right, this is a weird one, guys. This is a leg press machine, but if you want to work that upper shelf, as we call it, the really upper shelf, try this out. I don't care how people look at you. I'm telling you, front delts, upper shelf, it is really effective. Then from there, I went on to 50-pound weighted dips. Every one of these, I did 4 sets, and I don't rest much, maybe 30 seconds between sets. I don't stand around and grab ass for 3 minutes between sets, maybe 30 seconds. I keep it moving. And then I did pec deck. And watch how I lean forward. So I'm hitting the flat part of the chest, but watch how I lean forward here at the end. This video got cut off, but see how I lean forward? Now I'm focusing on the upper shelf here when I lean forward. And it got cut off. The video got cut off. Anyway, that was my workout. 4 sets, about 30 to 40 seconds. You rest as much as you need to. You don't want to rest so little the next set is not effective, but you want to rest enough, but not too much. So For me and my level, I rest about 30 seconds between sets. And I do a lot of supersets. So I'll do like 3 moves in a row on the same body part, but I did not in this particular workout. But like shoulders today, I was doing rear delt flies followed by face pulls, just bam, bam, one after the other. So it just depends. But there you go. There's my chest day from yesterday or the day before. I'd make a fool of myself trying to push that leg press. Hey, I'm telling you guys, I got that from a good buddy of mine. And the dude's like a freaking Viking. If you saw this guy, you'd be like, holy shit, where did they dig this guy up? And I was like, he just has like this killer upper shelf. And he was like, bro, let me tell you, just try this. And so I started trying it. I've been training for 20 years. And I just started trying this move probably 6-7 months ago. And I'm telling you, man, just it's hard to see from this view right here. Let's see. But I've really brought in this upper shelf here, this upper shelf and front delts. I've really brought that in since incorporating the leg press machine. But the key is you got to arch your shoulders and angle the chest up, and not full range. You don't lock out. About 2/3, 3/4 of the range only. What some people would call partial reps, but F them, right? Let them call them partial reps to my face. They won't do that. They do it behind the keyboard warriors. Like Bronco Bill 321. Bronco Bill 321 is back at it. We'll talk about that in a second. All right, guys, Bitcoin. So we spiked the long trade last night in the VIP Discord. Nice job, guys. We planned for it in advance. I'm going to show you guys. Where are we? We planned for this in advance yesterday. I'll let you know yesterday morning, or yesterday, Bitcoin was coming down to our key levels with good 24-minute and down bull divs. Wait for the level, wait for the reaction. And I think somebody, Max maybe reiterated, don't front run 57.7. Didn't you say that, Max? I think you said something like that. I don't remember where he put it, but I think he said something like that. Anyway, so we came down, and this is what we do in the Anthony Lee Crypto crew. I pinned a comment there in chat, anthonyleecrypto.com. Go join the VIP Discord right now through July the 4th. We're having the America 250 sale. Whatever you purchase in there, whether it be 1 month of VIP Discord, you get 2. Okay, you get buy 1, get 1 free, whatever it is. But this is how we do it. I am long, and I told you last night, I'm long for 57.795. And then I'll let you know when I hit my first TP1 for 30%. And then we manage this full real time. We manage this real time in the Pro Traders group, which is separate from the VIP Discord. But we could talk about that once you get in VIP Discord. But we were chatting through it last night. That's where I took my first TP. Brad took TP. We just manage it where your stop losses are. We're walking everybody through it because not everybody's a professional in there. So we're trying to hopefully let them feel a little more. Max took a TP2 at 59.4. He's kind of our night owl. Him and Brad are night owls, so they hit you with the good nighttime stuff for if you're in a different area of the world when I might be asleep. Anyway, we nailed this trade. Let's see. I have secured a little over $3,000 on this trade so far. I took it on a big margin, much larger than usual. I have closed about 45% of my trade, so I'm right now still active in the trade for what I normally start a trade with. So if we push up, I could make some really good jack on this one. I did get stopped out of our long from last week at 58.2. I realized $3,000 on that trade, so good trade. In the last 4 or 5 days, we have realized over $6,000 in profit, so good job, guys. Proud of you guys. Max said he spiked that long last night in the crew. Nice job, guys. Yeah, Max spiked it. Salt chain, that I'm telling you, that chest pressing, that leg press machine is much harder than it looks. I just had a 25-pounder on each side. And I know the platform itself where your feet go, that has some good weight. But I started out just doing the platform, no weight. And I've worked and then I put 5s on people. And listen, you're going to feel foolish at first because you're bench pressing a leg press machine. But I guarantee you, if you do it consistently once to twice a week for the next few months and you start making progress, I guarantee you, you're going to look over there one day and see somebody else doing the same thing. I see it all the time when I do crazy things, and I'll look over and people are doing the most random things that I've never seen anybody else but myself do. So try it. Just trust me, guys. Try it. It works. So anyway, good job on the crew last night, guys. We nailed this long trade. Let's look at our monthly stats. So here we are for June, okay? And I mean, I don't think you could have nailed June any freaking better. For those of you that don't know, at the last day of the month, I put out historical Bitcoin data for the entire life of Bitcoin. I go back and look at every June. What have you done in every June? What day did you set the high? What day did you set the low? What was the average wick high, average wick low, blah, blah, blah. And then we make a prediction. Okay, and this was June's prediction. Now, historically, we called this for a move up to this. And when there's a box, like down here at the bottom, how we went below, this box is the average of where you went. Okay, average, which means some months you didn't go as low and some months you went lower. This is it. You'd be surprised how many people don't understand that. Anyway, the average move in June was to this box and then down to this box, which is what we predicted. However, we took into account that Bitcoin has been tracking bear market years almost to a T. So we threw the asterisk on there, we threw the line on there when we did this, that yes, this is the historical average, but this is the bear market average, which was a move up on day one for about 0.5%. And then I move down to this box, okay, which is different than a historical average, which is here, right? It's bear market average. And what did we get? Again, this was for June. On day one, we got a move up of 0.53%, and then I moved down to our dang box. I just don't think we could have nailed this any better. This was put out on May 31st. I just don't think we could have done it any better, and we nailed this trade. We made a lot of money. So here's what we're looking for July. Now, here are the regular stats for July, the average stats for July, okay? Move down here, move up there. And what's interesting about July is whether you hit the low first or the high first. Let me move this down. Here's our text. The stats are about the same. So I'm going to throw on the high. So we don't really know if we're going up or down first. I have a bias, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But the stat is that 70% of the time, there have been 13 Julys, 9 out of 13, you set the low first, okay? It's the 70%, and that low is in the first week when you set the low first. So 70% of the time you set the low always in the first week, okay? But 30% of the time you set the high first. So we don't really know if you're going to set the high or low. We have a bias that you set the low first, right? 70% of the time, that's the bias. But if this is the high of the range, that's the low of the range, we're in the middle. So we're not going to trade this. Yeah, we took a trade last night, but that's a little different. We were waiting on that macro golden pocket, but we're not going to try to trade this. We're in a trade. If it goes our way, great. If not, we've already realized profit. We'll get stopped out for $3,000 profit. But if we had not gotten in that trade last night, we would not trade this. You don't trade middle of the range, okay? You could coin flip it if you want. Good luck with that. Let me know how that lasts for you long term. But what we would do is we would know that we're probably coming to one of these boxes, and when we do, we're going to set the trap. That's going to be my short trade if I get the divergences and the reaction. Or if we come here first, that's going to be my long trade, right? Okay, and I'll still take these. If I get stopped out of my long trade that we got in last night, and again, normally I wouldn't trade what's called middle of the range here, right? Middle of the historical July range. I wouldn't trade this. But it was a little different situation. It was a trade we've been looking for weeks now. But if I get stopped out of that, we roll over, and I get stopped out, I will not try to do it again. I will not try to take the trade again. I will wait until the box gets hit, set my trap, and go. However, this is not the box that I'm looking for. Even though it's the historical data, I'm not trying to confuse you. But like I just showed you in June, this is July bear market year. So how does Bitcoin behave in bear market Julys? And that is this. And this is what we're looking for. I showed you this the other day. I adjusted these boxes slightly. I did not change my prediction, but Bitcoin was $1,000 lower than when I made the video. So all I did was scoot these boxes down $1,000. That's it. Because we opened $1,000 less than when I did my prediction. Okay, that's it. But I didn't change the percentages or change my prediction. So we did get a little move down yesterday, but I just don't know. I don't know if it was enough. It's not the historical average. okay? It's not the historical average, so it wouldn't surprise me to see a rollover here, guys, and us get stopped out. And if we do, I'll be looking down here somewhere between 53 to 55K. I think I said in Discord that I narrowed it down a little bit. I said I'm looking for, oh, Lord. Oh, here we go. 54 to 55K is what I'm looking for. The technical target would be 53 to 55K, but I'm looking for 54 to 55 to narrow it down a little bit. We do have a daily level here at 57.3. Okay, we do have a daily level here at 57.3, right? So we could bounce there, but there's no real confluence there. So I'll have an alert and I'll look if we get there, but I'm not too high on it. I would look more this down here, the bottom of the golden pocket with the 300-week SMA and the weekly level. This is much, much more appealing to me. And if we got here and got the divergence in the reaction, I would go heavy, 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 heavy. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for a move down, not necessarily all the way down here, but historically, I mean, in other words, we don't have to, but historically, that's what we'd be looking for. And so that 300-week, let's see if I can throw it on here. Sorry, guys, I should have had this ready. 300, oops. 300, let me turn this on the weekly, and we'll see if it comes in that box. I haven't even checked this yet. Oh, that's EMA. Sorry about that. It should be SMA. Yeah, look at that. 300-week coming, 300-week SMA coming perfectly down in that box right there. Right there. It's a good-looking box, guys. It's a good-looking box. And I showed these lines. And if you're unsure about what I'm talking about, go watch the monthly statistics video, okay? Go watch the monthly statistics video. Go to the YouTube channel here, videos, and I put out Bitcoin July stats and predictions video. Go much more in depth. Speaking of the channel, guys, we're going to give away 1,000 USDT coming up. I told you guys a couple weeks ago we had 500 subs, and we made a push, and we're going for 1,000 subs. We are 19 subs away. As soon as we hit 19, probably today or tomorrow, we're going to give away 1,000 USDT on the live stream. I will announce it in Discord when we reach that milestone. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. The Lord loves you. And I'll never, ever mislead you intentionally. Will I be right all the time? No. But I'm going to give it to you straight. All right, look at this, guys. The thumbnail here today says Bitcoin altcoins about to pump, and down below the text says everyone is wrong. Okay, everyone is wrong. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to just do a simple search in YouTube for Bitcoin. And I'm telling you, this is a signal. Okay, look at this guy. Look at this retard. Okay, sorry, I don't even know who this is, Graham Stephan, but I just sold everything. If you follow this guy, unfollow him. Unfollow him. Like literally, like if you ride Bitcoin down 70%, 65%, whatever it is, golden pocket, 61.8%, if you ride it down and then you sell after a 61.8% drawdown, you're a retard. Okay? I can't tell you every bear market how many people sell the bottom. Just like people buy the top of the bull market. You guys know this. You've heard this. You've seen this. People are selling influencers. Influencers. This dude he had almost 400,000 views on this video. I don't even know who he is. 5 million followers. This influencer just sold the bottom. That is a signal. Okay? Let's see what else. I don't know who this guy is. Bitcoin crashes, blah, 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 blah. Sailor, let's see, what is this? Checkmate, checkmate, bearish, checkmate, checkmate. This guy, unfollow this guy, Crypto RS. This guy's another retard. Watch out. Bitcoin faces liquidity shock, unfollow. The next move is obvious, big red arrow down. Let's see, everything is crashing. Nothing can save Bitcoin from this. Selling more Bitcoin. Liquidity dump. Clarity's dead. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if this is your first cycle, when you start seeing everyone post this stuff, you are very, very, very close to the bottom. I'm telling you. You do know why? Because these people are dumb. Literally, that's why it's called dumb money. I didn't make up that. That's the word. It's dumb money and smart money, or high-level investors, whales, institutions. They're smart money. They don't think like dumb money. But somehow these guys in their mom's basement get a channel and convince everyone else that they know what they're doing. And that's why everybody sells the bottom or misses the bottom. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. The time is up for Bitcoin. We're going lower. I mean, the list goes on and on. I'm telling you guys, and you know what I'm talking about. Yes, West Coast. Now, that Crypto RS guy is useless. I used to follow him a couple years. That dude he has a huge channel, and I watched him like twice back in the day. I was like, this guy is a retard. Like, this guy is like completely useless. And that's what I mean, guys. When people just blow smoke at you, I understand. You want to hear your coin's about to 100x. You want to hear Bitcoin's going to 200K tomorrow. I want to hear that stuff. It's just not reality. And a lot of people think I'm an asshole, and I am. But I'm never going to mislead you. Like, I might get it wrong, but I'm not here to protect your feelings with your hard-earned money. I'm here to tell you when I see retards. So, but this is a good sign if you're paying attention and not buying into the narrative. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we go to 30K, but I'm not intentionally wrong. I know when people start, these same guys that I just showed you, I scrolled through this back here when the Anthony Lee crypto crew, Anthony Lee raw crew now, when we shorted up here, I'm still short from 81.7. I am still short from here. These same people had thumbnails that say, bull run on, 100K incoming, blah, 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 super cycle, those same people. And that was the top. I'm telling you guys, it's because they're emotional traders. They don't know what they're looking at. They just feel like, oh gosh, it's never going to end, or oh gosh, you can't stop us now. Every time they try to send it down, we pump it up, send it down, pump it up. And they didn't see the signs that we saw and called for and took the trade. I think I have it right here. Matter of fact, I'm still short. I'm still in this trade. Even though I've closed most of it, that doesn't matter. I'm in it. Oh gosh, I don't know if I can find it. You guys in the Discord know. There it is. I am still short from 81.7. While everybody else is crying and screaming for 100K. Super cycle. All right. Off of that soapbox. Yeah, Salt Chain, they're getting caught in their feelings for sure. Thanks, Thanos. Salt Chain, wish I'd taken it. I just focus on only my spot alts right now, but I'm annoyed I stayed out of this one. Oh, this was an easy one, bro. I can understand sitting out of trades, but if you didn't take this trade last night, and I'm not knocking folks, like if you were available and around and saw this, and you didn't know, and of course Bitcoin can do whatever it wants to do, and it didn't have to bounce, but this is a macro 4-year-long golden pocket. This is not like a golden pocket from some price action yesterday. This is a 4-year-long golden pocket. If you didn't know that you were going to get at least some reaction, I'm not saying you're going to reverse fully from here. I hope you do. I hope we do. Because I'm in it. But I knew enough to know that we have a 4-year macro level, right? 4-year macro level, golden pocket, and that we will get some profitable reaction from it. Now, I'm not saying you're not just going to roll right back over, but I knew you would at least get a profitable reaction here, which is why I was willing to go so heavy on it. Again, this is not even a golden pocket from the 81.7 move. This is like a 4-year built up level of support. Like you're going to get an instant and violent reaction, which is what we got. All right, we're going to talk about your alts. We're fixing, in my opinion, we're fixing to get some big alts. Let me be clear, though, before we move on. But drop your alts in chat. I'll be glad to take a look at them. By the way, we're going to be monetized in a day or two, guys. We are going to be monetized in a day or two. It's going to be super cool. I know you don't really make any money on YouTube. Like, even guys with huge channels make, like, well, like Jane, you know, my wife Jane, she has, like, 150,000 followers, and I don't even know what she makes. Like $500 a month. Not much. But it's just cool. It's a milestone. I'll be able to do super chats. So, you know, y'all just be thinking about that. Somebody wants to super chat, be the first super chat. That'd be really cool. You'll be remembered forever. You'll be a legend. You know I'll talk about you forever. We'll be monetized either tomorrow or Friday at the latest. Oh, so just to be clear, we are long. The thumbnail just says Bitcoin and alts are about to pump. I do think everyone is wrong. I think that, I'm not saying this is the bottom. We could dip a little bit lower, but I think I think a lot of people are fixing to get wrong-footed on this market. We're going to talk about that in a second. But let me be clear. I do think there's a strong chance we have one more dip and then rip. Okay? Big rip, guys. Big rip. We don't have to dip again. We could. But this July bear stat that we're looking for, we didn't quite dip like I wanted to last night. But I do think this is fixing to play out. Whether it just rips from here and the dip last night, the dip last night was all, or whether we kind of dip a little lower into that 54 to 55K range. I don't really care. Either way. I'm in the trade now, or I'll get in the trade here, but I do think we're fixing to rip in the next few days for the whole rest of the month. I'm not really so sure what happens between now and, say, Tuesday, but I would say by the middle of next week, Bitcoin is going to be ripping, and these alts are going to be pumping. And you want to be on the right alts. You know, most alts, almost all alts, if Bitcoin's going up, they're going to go up. But some are going to go up significantly more than others. And that's what I've been looking for and trying to identify for folks. Like some alts may, I don't know, let's just make up numbers. Let's say some alts pump 30, 40%. You're going to have others that pump 100, 150, 200%. 30, 40 is great, good. 100, 150, 200, better. So you want to identify which alts are going to do that, and we have ways that we do that. And we're going to take a look at that in just a bit. So drop your alts, and I will look and see if I think your alt is one of the ones that's going to do that. Let's look at, let me switch charts. Go to a little more clean chart here. I'm on the weekly Bitstamp chart. Let me turn on my MAs. Unfollow these people. I think I said this the other day on the stream, but I'm going to give you some more unfollows. I don't know if you guys been seeing people holler about this death cross, the weekly Bitcoin death cross. Okay, we're about to get it. We should get it this coming Sunday at the weekly close. We don't have it yet. I'll zoom in here. It's close. We don't have it, but you should get this cross on Sunday with the weekly close, right? And everybody's just calling about how bearish that is. And guys, I'm telling you, unfollow those people. They're too stupid to just look to the left. And I'm not saying you're stupid. But if you hear stuff like that and don't look at it yourself, you just get spoon-fed it like a sheep, then you deserve to get wrecked. I'm sorry, but you do. And I don't know, maybe it plays out. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But I can look to the left and see what's happened every other time we've gotten this cross. And let me tell you something. It's not the nonsense that they're telling you. Death cross, oh, it's the worst thing ever. Really? All right, listen. You've had 3 death crosses, about to have the 4th ever in Bitcoin. Only 3. What happened? Here's the death cross in 2015. What happened? The low was already in by the time you got the death cross. But I can guarantee you everybody was crying and whining about how Bitcoin's fixing to go lower. But what happened? What happened? Big, massive bull run happened. That's what happened. Tell me how this was bearish. Please tell me how this was bearish. All right, let's look back. The next one, February 2019, weekly time frame. This is the, I'll show you. Got the 50 and the 100 SMA on the weekly right here. 50 and 100. 50 is green, 100 is red. So you got the cross right here, February 2019. What happened? Low was already in. Massive bull run. Guys, people feeding you this narrative are stupid. I'm sorry, but they are. They don't even have the ability to take... Do you know how long it took me to throw this EMA on and just look to the left? About 15 seconds. And I could be like, oh, that's horseshit. Right? All right, but I will give them that on the very last one. But I have an asterisk on this one, okay? On the last one in 2022, we had previously set the low here. And then, yeah, technically you came down like $1,000 less. And then massive bull run. But, and I acknowledge that it happened. And I can't, I can justify it. I can say this, I can say whatever. It happened. But this was the FTX collapse, the big, massive, global crypto scandal. That's what caused this. That was this week. That was this capitulation. There are a lot of indicators that suggest that if not for that, the low was in. Right? The low was in. All the metrics had been met. You were kind of consolidating and getting ready to move your way up, just like you did here. You set a low, you consolidate, move your way up, right? Yet, technically it happened. And that's going to lead me to another point. But I just don't know that this would have happened without FTX scandal. I just don't know that that happens. Okay? So, but even if it does, guys, Bitcoin moved down like $1,000, $1,500. This is not the death cross is not the death of Bitcoin. It is not the, oh my gosh, 50% drop incoming. Quite the opposite. The low has been in every single time you've gotten a death cross in the past. Except for this one FTX scandal. Unfollow those people. Anyway, we'll get this death cross this Sunday, so we will see. We'll know soon enough. It actually wouldn't surprise me, guys, if we moved down before Sunday, came back up, got the death cross, and that was the low. It really would not surprise me, okay? If there's anybody in chat that can tell me, I've done the research, I've done the data, and I'm not being a smartass. I'm genuinely interested. Of all of my research, and of course, historical data doesn't mean it has to be future performance, right? But every single metric, every single signal, every single data point, every single everything that we've met in every single previous bear market has been hit, except the 786 Fibonacci retrace / Q4 bottom, like, right? But the 786 was always hit in Q4, so it's kind of the same thing. That is it. Time is the only thing that has not been hit. Every single thing else has been hit. So what if, and I proposed this to Discord, and I'm just speaking out loud, and I could be wrong, but the overwhelming bearish sentiment, this is what it feels like at the bottom. This is what it feels like at the FTX collapse. All the metrics have already been hit. I've already shown them. We put out a bottom video, 10.5 million coins at a loss. You've hit that that has been the low every single bear market. Like 10.5, 10.6, 10.7, and we're at 10.7 right now. I didn't even check today. That was as of yesterday. We may have hit more with the drop last night. And here's my point. What if those are the real bottom and not time? What if time has just been coincidental because it took to Q4 to hit these metrics? And I gave the analogy in Discord yesterday that what if you have a job and every single day your job, you're a brick mover. I don't know. Think of a job. Who cares? You're a brick mover, and every day your job, you start at 8 a.m., and every single day your job is to move 100 bricks from point A to point B. So you got to move 100 bricks, and every single day it takes you to 5 p.m. to move that 100th brick. Okay, every day. And then one day, you work a little faster, and you move all 100 bricks by 2 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. You move by 2. Do you have to still stay there till 5 because you always stay there till 5? Or is the job done because you've moved all 100 bricks and you can leave? Think about that. We've hit all of the on-chain data, all of the on-chain data points that we've ever reached in every bull market. We have hit early. It's always taken to Q4 to hit these losses, the percentage of supply and demand and loss. Things. It's always taken that long. So did we already move our 100 bricks and we can go home early? Think about that, guys. I really think a lot of people are fixing to get left behind in this market. I really do. You got to think of another thing, and it's on my list of people to unfollow, but institutions, I hate that word. I hate that word, but I'm going to use it in the reverse context. People are like, oh, institutions will never allow this. Institutions. Well, guess what? Now all these retards that are screaming how institutions are bullish for you and I, which they're not. The only way institutions make money is we have to lose, right? Okay? But everybody that was screaming that, Crypto RS, all those other people, they're now saying that, oh my gosh, BlackRock is dumping on us. Poor us. BlackRock is crashing the market. Michael Saylor's crashing the market. The same people that they were tooting their horn a couple months ago about propping the market up, they've now flipped bearish on these guys. Let me tell you something, guys. I agree that institutions are a major player in the game now. However, it is not the way they want you to think. It is only to hurt us. And what at the bottom, what's the best way they can hurt us? At the top, they can dump on us, right? Put us in drawdown, put us in a loss, not force us, but convince us to sell for a loss. They can't do that at the bottom. We've sold. Well, we didn't. The crew didn't. But most people have sold. They've taken their losses. They're looking. How can they hurt you at the bottom? Think about it, guys. You have to start thinking like professional traders. How can they hurt you at the bottom? They can move price up and away while you're expecting lower. Make you FOMO in at higher prices. That's the only way they can hurt you at the bottom. The percentage of coins in loss. The people that have sold for a loss, that 10.5 million, 10.7 now, that's already been met. Everybody sold. Everybody sold. That's historically the max. Nobody said. People after that are hodlers. People ain't going to sell no matter where you take price to. Short-term holders have all sold out. They're done. They're washed out. They can't hurt you by driving price down anymore. They can only make you FOMO in by ripping price up. I'm serious. Think about it, guys. Just think about it. I'm telling you. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if we dip then rip and do not come back. So that brings us some altcoins, guys. Let's look at some altcoins. And we got all sorts of metrics here. Here, let me just show you. I mentioned that 10.5 million coins. I'll show you that one, but we won't go through all of these. Here are when 10.5 million coins were in a loss. Every time. Boom, 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 bottom, bottom, bottom. Every single time. I mean, here in last cycle, did you roll over and come down with FTX the next week? Yeah, you did. Okay, you did. You're out $1,500. Ooh. But does it matter? For all intents and purposes, that was the bottom. Would you look at this and say that, whoa, it came down $1,500. That wasn't the bottom? No, you wouldn't. You would say, okay, close enough. That was the bottom. Bottom. Okay, but it took till 5 p.m. for them to move 100 bricks. Took till 5 to move 100 bricks. Took till 5 to move 100 bricks. It's 3 o'clock and we've already moved 100 bricks. Can we go home early? I think we can. Dip then rip, guys. We're calling for it. Let's look at your alts. Fetch. How about Fetch? Gave this one to you guys 7% ago. Gave it to you in the VIP Discord. 7% later, here we are. So what I want you guys to catch, if Bitcoin does get this move up, again, I could see a little dip, 54, 55K, and then a rip, 70K, okay? If Bitcoin gets that move, some of your alts are going to go 40, 50%. Some of your alts are going to go 150, 200%. We want the 150, 200 percenters, okay? All right, Fetch, I gave to you guys. Listen here. If you guys don't have this Bjorn indicator, what are you doing with your life? Seriously. You could only get this in the VIP Discord, okay? AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. There's a pinned comment in chat. Join us. America 250 sale. Buy one, get one free. Get 1 month, get 2 months free. Get 6 months, get a year free. But check it out, guys. I posted this in Discord this morning. Bjorn, volatility over stochastic. Let me zoom in. It's not there yet. But the bottom line, the multicolor line is volatility. We have been in full contraction, guys. We're likely about to get expansion, which is a move back above this 15 percentile, the orange line. That is volatility expansion. A daily time frame is a powerful time frame. All expansion's good, but daily and up, powerful, okay? That does not mean, pay attention, guys, those of you who are new, this volatility expanding does not, because the line's going up, does not mean price is going up, okay? That means business is picking up. Volatility is picking up. Price is moving aggressively, okay? The direction of price is indicated by the gray line, which is stochastic, which right now, the gray line is pointing up. Daily stochastic is headed up. So if this expands in the next day or so, while this is still headed up, now this could flip down. So what you do is you set an alert on volatility expansion here. Set an alert so that anytime it crosses 15, you get alerted. You flip over, see what direction stochastic in, take the trade, not financial advice. Okay, let's look. So the last time we got, I don't even know what happened. I can't even see price. But last time we got volatility expansion was right here, okay? And as you can see, when we got volatility expansion, stochastic was headed up. Okay, you see that? You see that? If you don't see it, let me make it a little bigger there for you. That's what she said. All right, so you got expansion here. This is the last time. You already expanded, so all this is not expansion. This is headed down to contraction. We're about to get expansion again. Let's see what happened. Let's put a vertical line on here. At the time we got expansion, I guess we technically got it right above there, really right there. Let's go look at price and see what happened the last time Fetch got daily volatility expansion with stochastic pointing up. You can see it clear as day, guys. Look at that, guys. 50% move up. Yeah, it took it a week and a half, but it's a daily time frame. It doesn't play out in 5 minutes, right? 50% move up. This is the best indicator you will ever see, and you cannot get it unless you're in the VIP Discord. I will not give it for free ever. I mean, you get it for free in the VIP Discord. All right, let's look at the time before that. Look, got volatility expansion right there. Let's put a line on it. All right, so at the time you got the expansion, stochastic was headed down. Then you got expansion. At the time you got it, look, stochastic ticked up simultaneously. Let's zoom out and see what happened. $22% move up, guys. 22% move up. If all you did was trade the daily Bjorn between those two moves, you're up 72%. On a $10,000 account, you made $7,200. Now you'd have to time the top and bottom. Let's say you just got half of that. You're up $4,000. All right, let's look at it before. The time before that. One more. We'll look at one more, and then we'll move on. Got volatility expansion there. You see that? At the time you got it, it was one tick later, but you ticked to the upside, stochastic to the upside while volatility was expanding. And what happened, guys? What happened? This is just like taking candy from a baby. 88% move up. You're about to get it again. You're about to get this again. So Fetch AI is a coin. And yes, I own Fetch AI, so I am biased to it, partial to it. But let me tell you, I'm not in the habit of buying shitty coins. I buy, I know they're all shit coins, right? But this is a bullish shit coin. Okay, go watch the Fetch AI videos. I've got tons of them here. Several of them. I did one the other day, as a matter of fact. Oh, that brings me to Bronco Bill. We need to go talk about Bronco Bill again. This is the kind of short-term price prediction. But I have several long-term price predictions. Bull run price prediction, $4, blah, blah, blah. Go check it out. But looking at it again, let's zoom in. You're about to get that expansion again. So when you get this, when this alert goes off, right? When that alert goes off, I will then look over here, and if stochastic is still pointed up, I'm going to buckle up and expect a big move up. What am I going to expect? Let's look for a target. Well, you got to get to the key level. Once we broke this key level, we have retested it twice in the last week. Retested it twice and failed. If we get through this, I would look for this, and then point of control will be my next target, okay? Let's see if we have any confluence there, guys. Boom, golden pocket. Golden pocket from our rally, our high rally from our February bottom to the top of the rally. Golden pocket right there, coming in right at 24 cents. Right at 24 cents. So that's another 34% from current price. From the time that I gave it to you guys, it could be a 42% move, 42, 43% move. Okay, and it could keep going. That would just be my first target. That would be my first target, okay? Let's zoom out. Let's look up Bjorn on the 2-day, 3-day, weekly. All right, so let's look at the weekly. You got weekly just ticked up, okay? You've already got an expansion, okay? You already got expansion. You got expansion here. Weekly expansion gave you the move up of 53%. Weekly expansion right here. See down below? Let me move it over. Well, it's there. Let me delete the other ones. And then volatility kind of went sideways, but you can see it is just ticked back up with stochastic down here also ticking up. Look at this, guys. Stochastic ticking up. This could be a good move to the upside, guys. You could the daily could give you that move to the point of control, and if the weekly stays postured to the upside, that could push you all the way up to value area high, guys. It says potential. Somebody said flux. Who said flux? Thanos. We're going to do flux in a second. Let me check these chats. Salt Chain, I need to watch your INJ video. No, hey, listen, I picked up some INJ last night. I told you guys in the crew, if you didn't take it, that's on you. I told you. I was picking up INJ. And Bitcoin could roll over. Bitcoin pumping right now, guys. I told you in the crew. Don't say I didn't tell you. If you're not reading this stuff, I can't help you. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Yesterday, Hunches said something about we had bought, fetch, and sold. I told you guys my finger was on the sell trigger. I was going to think I'm going to take the money. Anyway, but I already have a fetch bag that I'm not selling, and I did not sell. This was just the trade. I took the trade. I told you on the live stream that mine was this was a trade, not a hold, but I do have a hold bag, 600K, 600,000 fetch. But anyway, right here, when I told him that Hunches said he sold, I said, me too. I said, but I think I'm going to load up on INJ with this Bitcoin drop if we get it. It's a great entry, in my opinion. It's one of the coins on my short list for third holding. So I loaded up on INJ yesterday also. But I told you guys in advance I was going to do it if we got that Bitcoin drop to 57K. We'll see what it's doing. It's up about 3.5% on the day. And I bought right here at like 452. I had to go pull it up. I think 452. Right about here. Up about 4%. Came down to our target box that we gave in advance on the macro video. Came down to our target box. We could come lower. I'm cool if we come lower. Let's look at Flux. I'll tell you what I like about Flux, and I put out a Flux video yesterday, guys. If you're interested, you should go watch it. And somebody made a comment on there about how Flux looks like a dead coin. And listen, I don't care. Or that it was a dead project. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Flux is one of those coins. If you want to talk fundamentals and narrative, it competes with Asana and Akash. It is in the AI sector with GPU technology. And yeah, it may not be one of the leaders, but that entire sector, that entire GPU realm, in my opinion, is going to do very well. So, in my original Flux video, I said this was my dark horse. I'm not saying this is the latest, greatest thing, and I'm going to make $10 million on it. This is my dark horse. Because of the sector that it's in, I know that it has potential. It's a small cap coin. But even if, let me go to the weekly. Even if Flux underperforms, I mean massive, massive underperformance. Like you just go to the 236, and I don't know that I'm sure there's a coin that has not retraced to the 236, but I've never seen one. But even if you just retrace to the 236, you're going to get about a 9x from the current price. You're going to get about a 9x. Let me tell you something. There are some major altcoins, that people are hyping up and blah, 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 that on their best performance next cycle will not do a 9x. I'm telling you. XRP, Ethereum, Ondo, Sui, they will not do a 9x. Go watch the videos. I've got lots of them. They will not do it. But people are buying this narrative fundamental crap, completely ignoring the tokenomics. And that's fine. That's fine. That's their business. But my point is, those coins, here's what people don't understand, how little of a shit I give. Those coins may be super useful in the future of the world. They may have great fundamental stuff, great utility. I don't care. Am I going to make good returns on that or not? The answer is no. I mean, yeah, the 3x is good returns, but it's not what you could do. However, on a coin like Flux, that probably doesn't have the real world utility like an XRP, or is not going to change the world like Ethereum or whatever else. Probably not. Although it is in a white hot AI sector. But on a embarrassing underperformance, awful bull run, just this coin's going to zero, but first we're going to go to the 236 on just like an embarrassing performance. This coin will do twice as good as XRP. Twice as good as Ondo. And to me, that's what matters. I could care less if your coin is going to solve world hunger. I really don't care. You may do that, and your coin may win all sorts of awards, but my coin's got a 9x at a bare bones minimum. And that's what I try to get across to people, but they don't want to hear that. They don't hear that. They want to, no matter how many times I say I don't care about your fundamentals, they want to be like, you don't understand. It solves the problem of speed on chain, and it just partnered with MasterCard. And I'm like, I don't care. You're still going to 3x, and I'm going to 9x. So pat yourself on the back that you got a partnership deal. I want to pat myself on the back because I made $750,000 on this 9x. So whatever, to each their own. But I actually predict this coin to go to 55 cents, which is just a 382 retracement. Still a pretty embarrassing retrace, just to go to a 382. And if we did that, you're looking at a 13x, 1,200%, which is a 13x. That's right there at the point of control, 382 retrace. And again, this has upside potential with the GPU AI technology to really set new highs, to be quite honest. But I've tapered my expectations, and I'm not expecting that. And if we get to 55 cents and a 12x, I'm selling. I have almost 900,000. I've added a few. I have almost 900,000. I think I have like 865,000 coins. And if we get to 55 cents, I'm selling. $500,000. I'm selling on a $40,000 investment. I'm selling. I don't care. This thing can go to $5 for all I care. I'm selling. That same investment on XRP would probably make me about $1,500 or $40,000. Probably make me about $120K. This one's gonna make me $500,000, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. And maybe I'm wrong, and I'm prepared to be wrong because I have backup fetch and backup INJ. All right. Anyway, so let's look at Flux. Let's look at Flux real quick. Flux. All right. Here's where we need Flux to do some work. Weekly is unconfirmed, but you do have volatility expansion. This is not good. It was good yesterday. It's not good now. Volatility, not expansion, but volatility has ticked back to the upside, but stochastic is pointing down. It was pointed up yesterday. So we need the Bitcoin bounce to come in. If the Bitcoin bounce can come in between now and the end of the week, you should flip the stochastic back up with volatility at extremes. Your very high volatility and angled up. And if we get stochastic, has a lot of room to move to the upside. I could see a move on Flux back up to the key level here, which is 100% gainer. Okay? I think you will get that if Bitcoin gets the July bounce. On Flux, you also have what you don't have on Fetch, which is why I think Flux will perform better short to medium term in July. All of this is assuming Bitcoin gets the bounce. If Bitcoin rolls over and just nukes, then nothing's going to do well no matter what these indicators say. But if Bitcoin plays ball like we're hoping, I think Flux will perform better. You have weekly bullish divergence, unconfirmed, but it is there. You have volatility already near extremes. Stochastic bottomed out. If it ticks back to the upside while volatility stays up with the weekly bull divs, Flux is going to perform better, probably twice as good as a coin like Fetch. Now, in the long run, I think Fetch performs better in macro, but I'm talking about right now during the summer rally. This is a coin I want to be on. And you don't really have any resistance. Fetch has a lot of resistance ahead right now, and I think it's going to do good. I'm on it. But you don't have any resistance here for Flux until you get to that key level. You just don't really have anything. I mean, that's it. That's been your major level the entire life of this coin. See, you can see the support there, support. Then when you fell through, you found it as resistance. That's your level. That's the level for Fetch that it is at now. We'll look at WorldCoin. I'm not going to look at Nosana, Salt Chain. I'm going to the reason, and I don't mean to be rude, but I'm doing a Nosana video today, so I don't want to look at it twice today. Humble Servant says we're about to start that Flux pump. Morning. Yeah, you just heard what I had to say. We could move down a little if Bitcoin moves down, but I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it this month. I don't really care what happens today, but I'm looking for it this month. With the baby? I don't know what that means, bro. Sorry. I feel like I should know what that means. I feel like I'm having a blonde moment right now. I don't know what that means. Let's look at WorldCoin. By request. WorldCoin moving down. It's doing exactly what we told you it would do. All right, we gave the WorldCoin pump in advance in the VIP Discord, 23 cents. I gave it to you guys. I've shown it. I gave it right there at the bitty bottom. And then it had this pump up, news-driven pump mostly, and I've told you guys 1,000 times. Everybody wants to FOMO into this crap, and you can't do that. The WorldCoin will not pull the market up, all right? When something like WorldCoin or whatever, altcoin pumps like this, the market will not go up to meet it. The coin will always come back to the market, and that's what's happening here with WorldCoin. You're just coming back to the market. I'll be honest, guys. It really wouldn't surprise me to see WorldCoin set new lows before this thing's all over with. But if the low is going to be in here for Bitcoin in the next week or so, if the bottom's going to be in, I would look for WorldCoin. I don't know. I really think WorldCoin could set new lows, guys. I know it's a big drop, but what people are missing on WorldCoin, that no matter how many times you tell them, it just doesn't compute. WorldCoin has daily unlocks. Millions of coins are unlocked every single day. Every single day. Let me see. All right, WorldCoin. So look here up top. When I did this video back, I don't know, a week and a half ago, WorldCoin had 3.45 billion coins in circulation. 3.45. Now it has 3.5. That is 500 million coins that have been added to the market. And I pulled it up just to verify on CoinMarketCap. 3.5 billion. So you've had 500 million coins added to the market just in the last 2 weeks. It's waterlogging your price, period. It's waterlogging price. So what that means is, yeah, you can get little big pumps like this. Great. You made a lot of money on this pump. You can get big pumps like this, but if you cannot keep up that momentum, you know, any coin's going to retrace. You know, you get a big pump, any coin's going to retrace, but when you're having your retrace and coins added to the market every single day, you're going to drive price down further and further and further. And then the whole psychology of it sets in that nobody wants to buy a crashing coin. And it's just harder and harder. And every day that goes by means it's harder and harder to push price up on this, because more and more money has to come in because the supply is being diluted every single day. This is what people don't understand about WorldCoin or Ondo or Sui or any of those. Like, you may have a bullish narrative. There's not many coins on the market that are more bullish than WorldCoin fundamentally, in my opinion. But you just can't get around the token unlocks. This is a perfect example. And you cannot convince Sui and Ondo people of this, but WorldCoin set a price high of $12 with a $1.8 billion market cap. The next year, you set a swing high there of $2.20 with a $4.4 billion market cap. Almost triple the market cap. Almost 3 times as much money was in this coin. So it was 3 times more bullish than at $12. You were 3 times more bullish, but you only had a $2.20 price. That is an 80% reduction in price because you added about 10 times more coins to the supply. Now, I understand, I think Ondo's adding 7 times. That's not 10. I get it. It's not exactly the same, but it's close enough to where you're going to have a seriously diluted price. And people just, you can't convince them of that. Like, they don't want to hear it. And that's dumb. Don't be dumb, guys. Don't be dumb. If you still want to buy the project, great. But just understand the technicals behind it, that you're going to have to fight an uphill battle on price. And unlike WorldCoin, here's where people, even if you can wrap your head around WorldCoin, right, because you see it, right, First of all, you can't see it in Ondo because price hasn't happened yet, so people aren't very forward thinking. But if you can wrap your head around this on WorldCoin, oh, okay, they 10x their supply. All right, market cap went up, but price, like I get that. The problem people can't see on Ondo, and here's where they run into the problem, and here's where they're going to get wrecked, and whatever. Here's what you can't see. Ondo's a little different than WorldCoin in that you see the price being propped up really well here, and my target's here at like 52 cents. People think, well, we're already at 31 cents. That doesn't make any sense. You mean to tell me in an entire bull run, all we're going to do, even if you count the low here at 20 cents, all we're going to do is run up here and like 3x? That doesn't make sense to people. Actually, I think we run way up here. But even still, people from current price, people are like, there's no way we're going to have a bull run in just 4x from current price. There's no way. Because we're already at 30 cents. But what they don't understand, no matter how many times you tell them, unlike WorldCoin that unlocks daily, Ondo unlocks annually every January. Ondo is going to unlock almost 2 billion coins, guys. You only have 4 billion, almost 5 billion coins. You're going to unlock half of that every year for the next 3 years. So when the WorldCoin's dilution is gradual daily, so gradual. So you can see price kind of slow bleeding. The problem with Ondo, you can't see the bleed at all because it's not bleeding. It's going to come in one knockout punch every single year. And that makes it difficult for people to see. And they're going to get wrecked. Now, I do think this is a bullish coin. Don't get me wrong. And this is where people don't understand because I tell them that my prediction for Ondo is $1.20 when all-time high was $2.14. They think I'm not bullish, but I am. Your all-time high market cap was $3.7 billion. So I'm saying you're going to $12 billion. So I'm saying you're 3.5 times. You're almost 4 times more bullish. I'm saying this coin is 4 times more bullish than it ever has been before. I'm telling them that, but they think I'm bearish because I'm telling them you're only going to $1.20. And it's because they just don't understand math behind the token unlocks. You're literally fixing to have 700% more coins. You had 2.4 billion here, and in the next cycle, you're going to have 10 billion coins. It's just math. It's not me hating the coin. It's not me being bearish. I'm bullish on Ondo. It looks bullish. But it looks like it's about to get heavily waterlogged with the old 1, 2, 3 combo each of the next 3 Januaries that people just don't see coming. And they don't want to see it. They don't understand it. And that's fine. I did not understand it 10, 12 years ago either. But I understand it very well. And you know what it took? It took me getting wrecked by tokenomics. I didn't get wrecked, but I round-tripped my bag. I had to hold on to my big bag of Cardano for an extra 4 years. Got out in profit, but I round-tripped it and could have made a hell of a lot more if I would have understood this from the beginning. There's Ondo for eons. What's Bittercorn doing? Bittercorn pumping, guys. Ooh, I should look at T some more P, right? West Coast, please tell me you didn't close this trade already, did you? You did, didn't you? You closed it, didn't you? I know. We didn't literally wait on this trade for 4 years. 4-year cycle. And you close it in the first 20 minutes. Please tell me. I should probably T some more P here. Hang on. Like, I'm totally cool if we continue up, and I expect that we will. But I'm totally cool with teeing some more P because my margin was so big. I can take profit here and still, I could cut off 25% more of my trade and just now be at the margin that I'm normally at when I first enter a trade. So it doesn't bother me to go ahead and rack up on profit now. And then I can still ride up with what I normally would have on the trade in the beginning before I took profit. Don't worry, West Coast, I'm waiting. I'm going to shave off 20%. I'm going to make it even $4,000. Come on. There we go. All right, so I've now secured $4,000 profit on this trade. All right. And we're going to let the rest ride. My stop loss, oh gosh. 59,640, I think. I can go look it up. I think it's 59, or excuse me, 57,640. Guys, stay away from Ondo. Do whatever you want to do. I don't really care. Hondo's going to give you an overperformance in market cap and an underperformance in price, just like WorldCoin did last cycle. West Coast didn't close it. My man. My man. All right, guys. Anything else you want me to look at before we get out of here? Good trades last night. Everybody who was in the crew should be up significantly today on your altcoins and on your Bitcoin. Anything else before we go, guys? Be happy to look at it. I forgot to talk about Bronco Bill. Let me just show you what he, in case anybody's confused on this, he's still hammering on about this fetch thing here. I actually want to show you Bronco Bill. I forgot to do that too. I didn't realize that my little camera here was blocking him out whenever I showed this initially. Let's pull up all Bronco Bill. This is Bronco Bill. If anybody knows Bronco Bill, I normally wouldn't call folks out, but he's just relentless. Like he's Max got him good. Max got him real good, y'all. What did Max say? I don't see it, which means Bronco Bill must have reported his comment because it was on here. Oh, Bronco Bill got his feelers hurt and reported his comment. It said Bronco Bill more like, I called him a keyboard warrior and Max called him a rainbow warrior. Oh, he reported his comment. That's so sweet. Let's see Bronco Bill here. There's Bronco Bill. You're all bundled up there on the beach with your little Jack Russell. That's so cute. So cute, Bronco Bill. You should bring your Jack Russell over. I'll introduce him to my two Doberman. Will you send Edge down, please? Okay, anyway, no, so Bronco Bill was yammering on about, so here's what he's talking about. Will you send Edge down, please? He's talking about this second level here, this bear market bottom. So you had a low, second low, and then we're kind of at the third lowish area now, right? All right, and he's talking about this Clearly, Bronco Bill's a trend line trader. You know how I feel about trend line traders, right? Pattern bros. And he says that I'm being biased because I didn't connect my trend line with the low. That I didn't draw it right. It should be drawn, which clearly means he didn't watch our videos. But that it should be drawn like that, and we've already broken the trend line, so we're bearish. Oh, and I'm just misleading people with a bias. And the whole reason, since he didn't watch the video that he wanted to yammer on about, this is not a trend line. Come here, Bubby. Come here. Hey, Bronco Bill. Come here. Come on. Come on, Bill. Come say hey. Send your Jack Russell over. Let's introduce him to Edge. They could be buddies. Right? Good boy. They could be buddies. Anyway, this is not a trend line. Like I explained in the videos, I explain in every altcoin video that I do, I say, look, you have bullish market structure. I'm just illustrating that the market structure is bullish. Unlike a market structure on something like Cardano has flipped, I know that. And I drew this on the Cardano video. And I said, we have now flipped, we've taken out the bear market low, so we've now flipped to macro bearish. Like it's not a trend line, bro. And I try to explain this to him. Like I'm just trying to explain it to him. And even if it was a trend line, okay? A trend line that we have broken, and I just want you guys to understand this. If that was a trend line we've broken, it doesn't make you bearish. Not on the macro scale because you've not taken out the lows. So you still have higher highs and higher lows even if you've broken this trend line. And what really means you're bearish or bullish is your market cap. Not price, market cap. And you can see clearly on the Fetch market cap, we haven't come anywhere near taking this out. We're getting the Fetch volatility expansion that we talked about earlier in the video. So you're not even close to taking this out. How about your trend line, bro? Not even close. Who cares about the trend line? We're not trend line traders. We're not pattern bros. Let's go back to Fetch, though. Fetch is getting volatility expansion. We just got Bitcoin at 60K. This is what I told you we're looking for, guys. This is the big daddy right here. You're getting volatility expansion. Just got the alert. Now, it is unconfirmed, okay? This will confirm at the daily close. If this volatility is above 15, just like this, just like it is now, if it stays there or high, it just tick back down. See that? Just tick back down. We need it to stay ticked up at the daily close, and you will have confirmed volatility expansion with stochastic pointing to the upside, and you could look for big move up. Okay? We showed it the last 2 or 3 times we got it. Got it right there. Got it right there. Here's an example we did not show, but here's an example of, all right, so you get it, volatility, and this is what I want to show you how it, just because that line is pointing up does not mean price is going up. Okay, that means business is picking up. It expanded from that candle to the next. Business is picking up, right? You get expansion, volatility, the multicolor line coming up above 15, the orange line. It does not mean price is going up. That means aggressiveness of the move is coming up, is picking up speed. The direction is stochastic, which in this case was down. The examples we gave before were up. And you can see if you were holding Fetch at that time, you could have either shorted, or if you were holding it, you could have got the hell out. And at the time we got that volatility expansion there, Fetch dropped 52%. See that? I'm telling you, this Bjorn indicator is worth, I've never seen an indicator this good. You can only get this in the VIP Discord, AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. Join the VIP Discord. You will get this for free. But this would have gotten you right there. Could have shorted it for a 52% move down. Or if you're wondering, are we still going up? Are we still going up? Are we still going up? This would have told you to get the hell out, take your profits, and run. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to be watching this like a hawk today. We are crossing above it again. If we can close like this, big move up, assuming stochastic stays pointing to the upside at close. Let's see if it's flipped around on flux on the weekly yet. Let me clear this. We were looking at this earlier on the weekly. Volatility is ticking up. We need stochastic to tick up too. All right. This was headed down a minute ago. Now it's ticked sideways. If we see this tick up, of course it would be the Sunday before this confirmed. But if we can get that, you can expect a massive move up on flux. And I mean massive. Weekly, just like weekly anything else, weekly divergence, weekly whatever, is more powerful than daily. Fetch is getting on the daily. Flux is getting on the weekly. Fetch has already got it on the weekly. You've already got an expansion, but when you got expansion, it was to the downside. But you are getting the tick up in volatility here on the weekly, and stochastic is just ticking up here on Fetch as well. So I'm telling you guys, we're positioned for some really big altcoin moves if Bitcoin cooperates. We just secured $4,000 profit. Fetch is way up north. Fetch is my top pick. Yes, it is my top pick. I have several videos out on Fetch. And I'll be honest, way up north, Mr. Idaho, like I don't just shill this so that people go pump my bags. Like I don't need people to go put $500 and it's not going to pump my bag. Like I'm telling you guys this because it looks good. You have a macro, I mean entire life of the coin. I don't mean macro like last year. Entire life of the coin all the way back to 2019. Bullish posturing on price and market cap. And on market cap. Nothing but higher highs and higher lows. So you can expect the same. You can expect it again, new highs. At least on market cap. Maybe not on price because you've added coins to the market, but that's okay. And even if you get an underperformance, which should be a good underperformance because it is still on a bullish posturing. So even if it flips bearish in the next cycle, you should still get a good retrace somewhere up here, $3.5–4 billion. And we've done the math on what that would lead you to. $3.5 billion would take you to $1.50 from the low here at 13 cents. That's like a 12x. Gator, yeah. Call me Gator. I'm down in Mississippi. We got the Gators. Get the Gators down here. And mosquitoes. Gosh, the mosquitoes are terrible. Let's take a look at our poll. Did you buy the dip last night? Only 56%, hell yes. 31% has no idea what's going on. One person got scared. We got the dip in the crew. We just realized $4,000 profit on this trade, and we're still in it. Coinbase, look at Coinbase, guys. Coinbase up 7% on the day. Bitcoin follows Coinbase, usually a day or two behind. Bitcoin follows Coinbase. Watch out in the next couple of days on Bittercorn. See if there's any altcoins standing out. Not really. Everything's up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. I don't see anything up like 20, 30%. So nothing that I follow anyway. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for being here. The Lord loves you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.